Hello, this is Philip and welcome to my channel for this new episode about Kontrol System 2. Kontrol System 2 is a scripting mode where you can program your vessel, you can write scripts to do some automatic missions. You can look at my playlist, at my exploration game I have with Kontrol System 2 and also with Where's My Crew Capsule and with Kerbal System, which is a system scaled 2.5 times. Today I want to show you this log I have from my last mission impacting the moon, and I just want to show you the script. So this is my just log. All the log I have will be the same. This is the first one I have now. The second one. The first one was for my mission 10, but the mission 10 was a failure. Okay, so the real first mission I succeeded was the mission 11, impacting the moon. So first I start with this is okay, so this is the cursor line. Okay, so I start with the title. The title is given by this log mission here I have, and also I have a width of 91. That means that here the length of that line is 91 characters. Okay, so you have here 92. I don't know why. Okay. Yes, because I'm starting with 0. The log width is a 92. Yes, it makes sense. Okay. I did this with KOS a couple of years ago, and I wanted to do the same with Kontrol System. And now there is a main log from KSP debug. You have a main log constants you can use to do that. So the first thing you have to know, it's when you use this main log in your mission. So for example, if I look at my mission 11, I have right here I have this main log, okay, and main log will create automatically inside this log folder. So the log folder is created when you install the mod, okay. It's inside the TO2 local. So with that log, it creates a log, okay. So those are my files. So I created a text log folder, and inside I put my text files, okay. But main log creates log files. You just have to change the extension here. I just changed the .log with .text, okay. And this is and the log is called after the name of the script. So my script is inside the missions folder, so this is why the title is missions here. The name starts with missions, and then this is the name of my mission. Okay, so we have the name right here. Okay, and a main log always returns that name here, .log. Okay, so this is the name of the script here. And if I use my log mission here, this is a function from that, this is not a script, so for my library here, and it will use main log 2, but main log will be used inside that function main flight. So main log always, okay, always returns that name here. Okay, so this is the first thing you have to know. So you can use this main log for every mission, and it will be the name of that mission. And when you use main log, 1202, the language or Kontrol System 2, but 1202 checks if the log already exists. If it already exists, it will continue to be filled with every log you want to write. Okay. If it doesn't exist, first it will be created. Okay, and this main log.truncate, okay, this method here truncate is to delete the contents of the main log. If the main log already exists with that name, I don't know, for example, you run the script the first time, you failed for any reason. When you run the script a second time, if you have this truncate mission, you don't have to do anything. The first log will be deleted, and then so the contents of the log will be deleted and substituted by the rest here. Okay, so here I have in my mission, so I have a log missions impact document. So I just have to write the title I want here in my log. So I need a title, so the title is a string type, so this is the only parameter I need. I have several functions: underscore line, add centered entry, upper score line, and an optilog. So an underscore line adds a full line with underscores, okay, and upper score lines add a full line, this time with upper score character. Okay, so this is where the 91 appears, and the age is by default that vertical character here, but you can change with the dot here. I chose the dot, but you can put a star or anything you like. Okay, so this is why here at the edges of that line I have a dot from this upper underscore line and upper score line. Add centered entry, okay, adds so that character plus title plus that character, but I can change that with a star, with a sharp sign, anything you want. So it adds this string value here, and it centered it on the line, and it is centered because I know that there is 90, the log width is 91, so I have 92 here columns. Let me check that. If I say that 92 and here 91, okay, and if I, yes, colon 2 here, okay, sorry. So what is the underscore line? Underscore line is just here. Of course, my here my script is, you can find the script in my GitHub, and feel free to comment all you want. Maybe you have another presentation you want to introduce me. You can. It's a simple presentation. I don't have very imagination to do things like this. But if you like to see me to change my my logs, please feel free to tell me that. So well, let's say empty log. Okay, empty log is just an empty line. So the empty line starts with a border. Okay, so the border is by default the age character. So this is the vertical character here. But it's a default character, so, but you can change that with something else. Okay, and then I have a loop, okay, from 0 to log width -2. I complete this empty line, so I start empty line with the border, then I write an empty character, okay, and then I finish the empty line with another border, okay, and then I just have to log empty line. So main log is the name of my file, okay, and the method log is to write something on that file. Okay, so main log.log is to write something inside the main log file, and I want to write a string empty line. So this is, for example, this one is an empty line. Okay, so I have this border character at the beginning and at the end, and between I have just empty characters. And the log section is for in underscore. I have a fraction because you see here I'm using I divide by 2 the length, so sometimes I have the fraction equals 2. The border is the same, okay, and I just add, okay, I start always with a the border sign. Okay, so it could be a point or vertical line or a star, and I finish with a border line too. Okay, if the fraction is less than 1, then I say okay, it's it will be like it is 1. Okay, and then I look at log width -2. -2 because I don't want to count the first character and the last character. I divided this by frac, so by the fraction. So if the fraction is equal to 2, I divide that length by 2. Okay, this is why here I only have the half of the column. Okay, and floor is to truncate the value here with the integer smaller than that. For example, if I have 36.2, the floor will be 36. If I have 36.9, floor will be also 36. But in 1202 language, floor is still a decimal number, and I want an integer. This is why I have the 2 in to change that into an integer. And for the for loop, I need I to be between 2 integers. And for that length, I just write an underscore. And this is the same for the upper score. I have the upper score character here. So this is what my log mission do. Okay, an underscore line, an upper score line, an empty log, and between a centered entry. So centered entry is somewhere here. I look if my entry is as an odd, not odd, an even length. Okay, so I look at the length of the title here, and I look if this length is odd or not, and if it is not, I add here an empty space for the message for this string to have an odd length. Okay, so this is because I have here a value of 91. All right, and then I want to center that entry, so I need to compute. Okay, blank width. I look at the log width -2, always the same. So this is the width between the two borders, and I subtract the empty entry length. Okay, and I divide by 2. I floor that number and I convert it into integer. So that means I have that length here and that length here. Okay, so from I in 0 until that length, I just have I just add an empty character, then I add the entry character, and then again an empty character. So this is how I get to that title to be centered. Left entry, for example, this is a left entry. I just have to start the entry is my message. Okay, is a string, and again I look at the length of that entry, and the blank width will be log width -2 minus the length of the entry. Then I start my print entry. I start with a border, and I add to that border the entry. Okay, and then I complete that with blank characters, and to finish, I finish with a border here. Okay, with here the border is the same at the start of the line and the end of the line. I can change. Either I have 2 vertical lines here, or 2 points, or 2 stars, but I can't have a star at the beginning and vertical line here. Or I have to have 2 parameters here instead of 1. I have the left entry, center entry. Add item is just a left entry or center entry with that dot here. Okay, so for example, when I want to add some items, I have here some items. Okay, but you can add an item alone. Okay, So this was the mission log, okay, the title. So underscore line, a centered entry, upper line, and then an empty log line here. Then you have the general info. So I log a section. So this is a different way to log a title. So the title of the section is line, and this is a left entry. Okay, started with this sharp character, and then I add an upper line, but with a fraction equals to 2. So if I look at the log section definition, not here, log section here. So okay, the title is sharp plus title, and I just have to add the left entry. Okay, and then upper line 2. This means that I want the length to be divided by 2. Instead of integer, I could have used decimal number, for example, say upper line 0.5. Maybe it's more intuitive to use 0.5 to say I want my line to be the half of the whole line, but I don't know. I did this like this. Okay, so the most important was to define, to write the empty log, the underscore line, and the centered entry and the left entry, and then all the functions use that functions. You see that? So general info, I use the log section to the title, then a left entry for the date, then an empty log, then a left entry again for the craft, empty log, left entry for the mass, theoric TWR, delta V, and stage number. For that, I use my stage info here. You have in my structure, I create a stage info structure, and I can get the TWR, the delta V, anything you want from the stage, okay, the first stage. But this is a little weird, but this came from KSP2, so this is a theoric TWR, because when you start the engine, the TWR is not 2.21. Okay. And in my general log, so I have this empty line, and then I add a new section, launch initial data. Okay, this is this one, with my wanted apoapsis, the launch inclination, and the launch azimuth. By default, the launch azimuth is 90 because you want to launch to east, and the launch inclination is the latitude of your launch pad. And maybe I should write here latitude, should be better. So there is the craft is the one of the because I need the craft, so it is one of the parameter. The apoapsis you want, the wanted inclination, and then the launch azimuth. Okay, and by default the wanted inclination is the first launch pad, okay, and the latitude of the first launch pad. And to get the first launch pad, you also have to go to my structures. Okay, so you have here the general info. So all of this is a general information with the title here, mission events. Okay, and then I can write the mission events as they come. So the first event is the liftoff 1 second after. So this is the mission time, and it is 1 second because first I ignite my engine. I prefer to do that. I ignite first the engine, and 1 second later I activate the clamps. So the liftoff is 1 second after the ignition. Okay, and the mission timer starts with the ignition of the engine. And after the liftoff, you see that the actual TWR is 2.01 and not 2.21. And then I have a staging here, and this staging I have for a tiny moment only my main engine without the boosters. So this is why the TWR is 0.97, but it doesn't long, so it's very for a tiny moment, but it's it's sufficient for 1202 to write all of this. Okay, so log stage is this thing. Okay, so I add a mission event. Okay, and the mission event is called staging, and then I wanted to look at this left entry, so the TWR, the delta V, the actual altitude of my craft, the surface velocity, orbital velocity, and atmospheric pressure. Of course, you can choose whatever you want. Okay, I have a gravity turn started here, so this is not a log from this one. If I go to my in-flight library, inside my gravity turn function, I decided to, okay, inside the gravity turn function, I have a log mission event. Okay, so this is a log mission event as it is for staging. And I add two left entries, one for the initial speed and one for the initial pitch angle. Okay, so I have this log staging, then another log staging. This is from that gravity turn function. Here, log mission event following surface prograde vector. Okay, so the log mission event the only thing this function does is to write the mission time and the title I want to put here. Okay. Oops. So if I go back here, log mission event. See, so the event time is the craft time since launch. Okay, so this is given by the 1202 language, and the time to clock, I wrote this function time to clock. When you have a float, okay, you can say, okay, time to clock, convert that second, that times is given in second, and it converts it into a string value, okay, with the number of hour, minutes, and seconds. And I have the time to date to do the same, but with days. Okay, so for example, here, this is the current time, the universal time for KSP2 in seconds, and I converted this time in date. Okay, so this was the log mission event. Okay, so all of this, each time you see the T plus mission time, it's a mission event. Okay, so this. Here I have an Homan transfer, so I created for this log Homan. I have that function inside my Homan function. So I create a mission event, okay, and I add 3 entries: initial velocity, final velocity, and the delta V of the maneuver. And I have a new mission event from the maneuver node. Okay, so I know the maneuver node as a delta V of here 1000 meters per second, and the maneuver duration is that, and time before the maneuver 2 minutes 12 seconds. Okay, log, you see, left entry, time to clock burn ETA. An event here, staging, a new Homan transfer for new maneuver node. And then when I am in orbit, I can print the orbit characteristics. So for example, here at the end of my circularization, I have in my mission script log orbit info, and I have to say, okay, the orbit of that ship orbit. So the log, where is it? Log orbit is here. So an empty log, a log section, okay, with a body's name, and an upper line. This is for this title here and here. Okay, so the log section always have a line divided by 2 here, and I decided to add another line here to separate the characteristic of the orbit from the rest of the text. So apoapsis, periapsis, the argument, so those are the classical characteristics of my orbit. Then a new event, a new Homan transfer, new maneuver node, and science here. So this is a log science somewhere here. log science. So for that, I need to put an experiment, okay, in my parameters, and of course the craft vessel. So log mission event, I need the craft to have the time here. Science experiment started, so the experiment, I want the ID of the experiment. Okay, so this is the name of the experiment. That experiment telemetry report is from Where's My Crew Capsule mod. The location, data value, sample value, report size, and time to complete. Okay. The data value is independent of the location. Okay, the data value for telemetry report is always 3, and the report size is always 4. This is not the science point you get when you do the experiment. Okay, this event is from my script, because the purpose of that mission is to crash into the moon. So at the end of my script, I added a mission event. Okay, so craft is going to crash. Okay, and I added a log end mission, and this function writes a title here, end of mission, the same way I have this title impacting the moon. And then I have a new section recap here with the end of the mission, the universal time. Okay, so this is the date and the mission time. And then the total data value and the sample value. Okay, so here I had only one experiment, so I only get 3 data values and 0 sample values here. And for that, I need to create in my script, so this is independent from this log, I need to create 2 values here, and each time I run an experiment here, this run science returns 2 numbers, the total data, the total science sample of a science, and I add those values to my final data and final sample. So in the log end mission function, I use those 2 numbers as parameters to print them here. Okay, so if we look at this, log science orbit suicide-borne, I didn't TWR delta V ignition duration altitude for this mission. I don't have any suicide-borne, so I don't have any landing also. Okay, and log end mission, you see, so I have a centered entry here, and then the end UT mission time, data value, data sample. So data point, sample point are 2 parameters for my log end mission. Okay, and a close log is just to add this last line here. Okay, and each of these function, underscore line, all of this has the main log.log at the end of the function. Okay, and this is it. I did not have any other IDs to complete my log. I don't know if you are if it looks good for you. Tell me if you want to change different things. I'm open to modification. I like this little old style log, but maybe I can do this better. And this is the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.